Welcome to Trakai, the historical capital of Lithuania, surrounded by lakes and forests. You'll find Trakai district in the southeast of the country, quite close to Vilnius. Trakai town is very easy to reach from Vilnius. It takes only around half an hour to come here by car, bus, or even train, making it a perfect option for a day trip. Trakai district municipality is home to around 33,500 inhabitants. There is so much to do in Trakai district. It is famous for its picturesque red castle situated on an island in the middle of a lake. But that's not the only thing to see here. Trakai district is known for its varied landscape, dotted with hills and lakes, providing plenty of options for a day at the lake or for a calm walk through the forests. The district is home to Trakai Historical National Park, Aukštadvaris Regional Park, and even a little bit of Neris Regional Park. They are famous for their spectacular nature and long history. Add to that the historical town of Trakai and a few more manor houses, and we have got a perfect weekend trip within quick reach from Vilnius or Kaunas. Let's start with the famous town of Trakai, the historical capital of Lithuania. Trakai is a well-preserved historical town with around 5,000 residents, and it is one of the biggest tourist attractions in the country, with 1 million visitors each year. It is the symbol of Lithuanian statehood, the prosperity of Grand Duchy of Lithuania, and the former residence of the Grand Dukes. Trakai is a great place to get to know the historical side of Lithuania. Trakai area was first mentioned in history in 1337. According to a legend, Gediminas, the Grand Duke of Lithuania, discovered a nice hill in the forest during one of his hunting trips. So he ordered the construction of a castle in this place and to transfer the capital from Kernavė, which was the first known capital of Lithuania. Later, Trakai was ruled by Kęstutis, the son of Gediminas, and around 1350, the most famous ruler of medieval Lithuania, the Grand Duke Vytautas the Great, was born there. The construction of Trakai Castle on the island and the one on the peninsula, both of which you can see today, was started by Kęstutis and later completed by Vytautas. The beautiful Gothic red brick castle on the island served as the residence and defensive castle of the Grand Dukes. During the rule of Vytautas the Great, the Grand Duchy of Lithuania became quite a large country, spanning even to the shores of the Black Sea. Because of rapid expansion and the help during the fights against the Golden Horde, Vytautas brought hundreds of Karaites from Crimea, who settled around Trakai. Karaites were skilled craftsmen and traders, and we received many benefits from the government. This attracted even more to come, and we have since contributed significantly to the cultural development of the town. To this day, Karaites are a significant part of Trakai culture, and you can see a lot of their influence. They preserved their Karaim language. There is even a school and Kenesa, the temple of Karaite religion. You can learn more about Karaites at a small museum nestled between the wooden houses of Trakai Old Town. But probably the most famous and beloved attribute of today's society is Karaim cuisine, which you can try in many of the restaurants in Trakai. The most famous meal is kibinas, beloved by most Lithuanians and a must-try while visiting Trakai. It is an interestingly shaped pastry with lamb meat inside. These days, there are many more variations of stuffing, ranging from various meats to curd and vegan options. Traditionally, kibinas can also be served with a soup stock on the side for a warm and filling meal appreciated during the colder days. There are plenty of Karaim restaurants by Lake Galve, right in the old town of Trakai. The town is a lovely place for a walk, where you can see the Karaite Kenesa, school, and plenty of colorful wooden houses, the signature look of historical Trakai. Further down the street, close to the Peninsula Castle, there is a large church of Saint Mary. It was first built by Vytautas the Great in 1409, but was later altered multiple times. These days, it has both Gothic and Baroque styles visible in its architecture. The church is famous for its historical paintings and other art inside, attracting lots of pilgrims. From here, it is great to walk back to the castle by the lake shore, as there is a long pedestrian path that connects the old town with the train and bus stations at the other end of the town. Now it's time to visit the famous Trakai Castle. It is currently a history museum where you can wander around its corridors, halls, courtyards, transporting yourself to the medieval scene and seeing how the Grand Dukes used to live. There are lots of exhibitions about the rich history of Trakai. The museum is definitely worth a visit for an hour or two. If you want to see more, the Peninsula Castle nearby also has an exhibition, and it is a lovely place for a walk. Trakai History Museum also organizes quite a lot of events, and during the summer there are sometimes medieval fairs and festivals too. Another great way to admire the castle is from the lake. There are plenty of boat rentals and tours available, and even a yacht club on the other side of the lake. Galve Lake itself is also beautiful, with multiple small islands scattered throughout. The water is very clear, and during the summer it is popular for swimming. Anyway, once you take your eyes off the beautiful castle and the lake, you can also notice that on the other side from Trakai there is something eye-catching too. It is Užutrakis Manor. Unlike the castle, Užutrakis shows more of a later history of Trakai. It was built at the end of the 19th century and belonged to one of the most influential noble families at the time, the Count Tiškevič. While the neo-Renaissance house is not very large, it is quite clear why it was built there. It has a large terrace overlooking Galve Lake and Trakai Castle. Užutrakis estate has most of its service buildings still in place too, such as the stables, spirit distillery, smithy, granary, houses for a watchman, ferryman, gardener, barns, and so on. But the manor is most famous for its park and the views it provides. Unsurprisingly, the park was created by Edouard François André, a famous French landscape architect, who also designed other Tiškevič manor parks in Lithuania, including one in Palanga, which is considered to be one of the most beautiful parks in the country. These parks have many distinctive features: harmonious placement and pleasing arrangement of artificial grottos, waterfalls, and the employment of natural water bodies and panoramas. To this day, Užutrakis is a popular place for nature walks and various photo shoots. Since I already started talking about manor houses, there is another one in Trakai district that was also part of Tiškevič family heritage and has a park created by the same landscape architect. It is Aukštadvaris Manor House. This beautiful Gothic mansion is also well situated on the lake shore, and it is actually a short ride away from Užutrakis, but it is quite different. First of all, I must mention that the manor is currently under a long-lasting reconstruction, so there is no opportunity to get close to it. However, it is worth coming here for a walk in its park while traveling in the area. The park has a similar style to Užutrakis, although it is smaller. There are some other buildings of the manor throughout, but it is mostly a forest park with a small river passing through. The park is decorated with various stone structures that shape the landscape. The highlight of this is an interesting grotto that leads to a small river with a waterfall, which creates quite a unique landscape for Lithuania. It was enjoyable to take a walk here on a casual weekend day. One more interesting spot between Lentvaris and Užutrakis is Angelų kalva, the Hill of Angels. It was a local initiative to create 10 traditional-style wooden sculptures of angels overlooking Galve Lake and Trakai from above. Now it already has 40 sculptures, creating a little park on the hill. If you like long walks or bike rides, then I've got good news for you. Hill of Angels, Užutrakis and Trakai are quite well connected by a pedestrian and cycling path. And it doesn't stop there. If you cross another wooden bridge in Trakai, you will soon reach a beautiful cognitive nature trail. It is Varnikai Cognitive Trail, which leads through Varnikai Botanical and Zoological Reserve. This place is one of the most popular spots for weekend walks among many locals. I myself have gone for a walk there many times already. The 4-kilometer-long trail is beautiful all year round. Half of it goes on a wooden trail through a swamp and a lake within it. The other half leads through a forest, and the nature looks so different from each other. It's a great and beloved walking trail for anyone who wants to escape the city noise. There is one more trail in Trakai district that actually belongs to Neris Regional Park, most of which is in Vilnius district. However, on Trakai district side of the river, there is a small, lovely trail by the stream Saidė. Conveniently situated just a small detour away from the highway Vilnius-Kaunas, Saidė Trail is a good stop for a short walk. It is just 1 kilometer long, but provides beautiful views. The path runs alongside the stream Saidė, which has lots of stones and rapids that rush into the big river Neris at the end. On the other end of the trail, there is a large hill ford where you can get a good look at the surroundings. And yes, I have been here quite a few times myself, no matter the time of the year. Trakai district is quite large and there are many more places to see all around. So far I have shown you just what's around the town of Trakai, but the district is full of beautiful nature, forests and pristine lakes. Another place that is well worth a visit is Aukštadvaris Regional Park. It is one of the most picturesque sites in the region, with hills, numerous lakes, rivers and pits, all formed at the end of the Ice Age. Enclosed by centuries-old forests, the scenic lakes have attracted visitors for years. The center of it is Aukštadvaris town. It is built on the hill with picturesque surroundings of the regional park. The visitor center is located there, where you can learn more about the park. Nearby, there is a Renaissance church and monastery built in the 17th century that is interesting to have a look at. Down at the lakeside of the town, there is a freshwater stream to fill up your drinking bottle, and a wide view of the surrounding lakes and town can be seen from a nearby hill fort of Aukštadvaris. Many other sites of the regional park are surrounding the town, including the most famous and quite unexpected place, the Devil's Pit. In the middle of a beautiful pine tree forest, there is a giant hole in the ground. It is 40 meters deep and 200 meters wide at the top. There are various legends about how this pit came to be, many of which definitely involve ill-behaved villagers and the devil. However, scientists say it was most likely formed at the end of the Ice Age, together with a few more similar pits in the area. Right after seeing it, my son created his own theory that it was a meteor's fault. Anyway, the place is quite impressive to see live. There is also another pit, slightly smaller, situated near Strėva village. It is called Strėva pit, of course, and there is a little roof structure at the bottom of it. A local legend says that in this place there used to be a tavern. One day, a woman came to get her husband, who had been drinking there for a long time. She wasn't able to convince him to go home, so she left and cursed the tavern. Right after that, the whole tavern sank into the ground and only the tip of the roof was left at the bottom of the pit. Oh well. While Strėva pit is also interesting to visit on its own, it is part of a much longer nature trail situated there. It is called Žaliasis takas, the green path, and it makes a lot of sense. Not only does this cognitive trail take you through the vast green forests of Aukštadvaris Regional Park, but it also passes by the lakes, including Lake Spindžius, which has a greenish hue, just like the green lakes in Vilnius. The lake has this color because of algae growing there that shines green in the sun, but the water is actually clear and definitely inviting for a swim. I went on this path in early spring, so it was still a bit cold for that. Anyway, the trail is beautiful and great for a proper walk. It is around 8 kilometers long. It showcases the beautiful nature around here. I've seen a lot of various plants. Coming here in springtime was a great time to see lots of blooms. But the forest is teeming with animals as well. I have spotted a squirrel, an eagle high above the lake, and even a deer. The forest was so quiet that the little deer was having a delicious snack in the bushes and didn't see me standing nearby for a long time. At the beginning of the trail in Strėva village, there were also some swans. What a wonderful location for a walk in nature. Streva is actually a very old village surrounded by lakes and forests on all sides. Back in the Middle Ages, this place was a part of a long stretching road connecting the main castles of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. Stretching from Trakai through Aukštadvaris area, it led to castles in Birštonas and Pune, and further to Western Europe. The King's Road, as it is called now, led through Streva too, where there still is a part of the original stone road. Further along the road towards Aukštadvaris, there is one more cognitive trail that is great to visit for nature lovers. Skrebio Forest Trail. A much shorter trail than the Green Trail, Skrebio Forest Trail is around 3 kilometers long, making it a great spot for walks with kids. The trail leads through a mixed forest up and down the hills. It is especially pretty near the double hill fort in the middle of the trail, and later the path even takes you to a small stream. It's a beautiful nature oasis far from the city crowds. I have heard that it's especially pretty in autumn when the leaves start showing their beautiful fiery colors. But in general, Aukštadvaris Regional Park and the whole Trakai district attract most visitors during the summer. This is because of their pristine lakes. People flock from Vilnius and other towns to these lakes. There are plenty of great beaches around, like Grandave Beach in Aukštadvaris Regional Park, and of course Lake Galve in Trakai, which has a few beaches around, including a private one with the views of the castle. My own personal favorite beach in the whole Vilnius county is near Trakai too. It is Akmena Lake Beach. Akmena Lake is one of the many lakes surrounding Trakai town, and it has just as clear water as Galve Lake. The beach has all the facilities and some entertainment options, like a volleyball pitch and sup-board rentals. Unlike the crowded beaches in Vilnius, Akmena Beach is spacious even on the busiest days, which makes it worthwhile to drive for more than half an hour from the city. Overall, Trakai district is an amazing place to visit, and as you have seen from this video, I have been here countless times, and I'll continue coming back in the future, be it for a day in nature around the district or just a walk around the castle in Trakai while eating kibinas. Even in winter, the town of Trakai looks wonderful. Trakai is always a good idea when you want some fresh air and have some time to spare while living in Lithuania. For those who are considering coming here during your travels in Lithuania, Trakai will provide an unforgettable day as well. It is great for a day trip, but there is lots to do here for a whole weekend too, especially if you want to immerse yourself in the surrounding nature. Trakai is also popular for balloon and plane rides, which showcase its picturesque landscape. I can keep talking about this region for hours, as it is one of the best places to see in the country, but I'll have to stop here. I think I have mentioned the main things about this beautiful corner of Lithuania. The rest you will find out yourself when you come here. See you in Trakai, and thanks for watching!